Hey there, gamers. Welcome to one of the first and only Minecraft tutorials that I think I'll be doing. Yeah, it's probably going to be one of the only ones that I do, unless a harder achievement comes out. There's been this achievement that was recently added in the new update. Um, it is called the Master Trader achievement, and to get it, you need to trade 1,000 emeralds, or you need to trade for 1,000 emeralds with villagers. You can do that through, you know, anyway. Each villager has a profession, and you can kind of exploit that profession to get emeralds. I'm going to be showing you probably the easiest way to do it. I have never watched any videos on this, so I'm going to say this is probably the easiest, maybe not. I only say it's easiest because you can kind of mass collect a lot of emeralds at once. I'm not sure of any other strats that do that, but yeah, I'm going to get into how I did it. I already have it, and I just got it, and I'm going to be showing you how I did it so that you might be able to get it for yourself. So the way I got it was I used the farming villagers primarily, other than a cartographer, which I used for getting another achievement that I got on this world. So what I did was I set up a lot of the compost bins, which are those are the profession block for the farmer villagers. And what they do is they go to the bin or whatever, the box, whatever, and they change their profession to a farmer, and then they are able to level up the farming tree, and you can work progression up. Easier if I just show you. So these are the compost bins that they work on. This is their field. This is the field that I built for them. Farmers are pretty happy when they have their own field to work in. It usually just it might not really have any effect anyways, but I had a lot of them, so I was like, you know what, it'll be cool if they have kind of like their own farm to work on. Another benefit of them having their own farm is when they trade with each other, because villagers trade with each other after the pillage and village update. Sometimes they'll drop these carrots on the ground that they'll forget to pick up. As you can see, us just walking around, we're getting a couple stacks of carrots. This wouldn't work if there was no farm for them to kind of work on and collect those carrots, because remember, every villager after after the village and pillage update, they all have inventories now, and every inventory holds a certain amount of crops. So usually when they trade, they kind of drop some on the ground. You can pick them up. It's not going to affect their economy that they have. But let's just go up here, and I'm going to show you the farms that I built to allow me to trade with them from level 1 to 2. Now, I have a good 40 villagers in this village, so I used a lot of different crops. I used potatoes, beetroot, wheat, and carrots. This is my wheat farm. Since the source block of water can go out 4 directions in any way that you put it, all of these crops are staying hydrated out to the very end. And I did them in long 4 by whatever rows. This extends pretty far. And right underneath of here is where I have all my the villagers housed, where I keep the beds for them to sleep, because the only way that 2 villagers make 3 villagers is if there's an extra bed available. Not if there's a workshop block available. If another villager is born and there's no workshop block for them, or no profession block, then they will just remain a neutral villager and they won't do anything for you. This is the beetroot farm right here. This extends pretty far as well. You can see it on the map in the lower left-hand corner, how far it truly extends. Those gray spots on the map as well, those are sandstone. They blend in right here, but I guess they just don't blend in well on the map. Right here are the potatoes. These extend far pretty back. Carrots, all that good stuff. Right over here, I have a chicken farm. Really just chickens that I bred on top of hoppers, and they send eggs down into this chest. These are used for tier 4 trades for the expert farmer villagers. We're actually going to grab some of these because I'm going to show you an example of trading with these guys in a moment here, how exactly I did it. So, like I said, these are all used for the farmer profession. All of these crops that I've shown you, these beetroots and the potatoes and the carrots and the wheat, those are all used for the level 1 upgrade tree. Now, once the farmer villagers get to level 2, that's when they start accepting pumpkins. 3 is when they start accepting melons, and then 4 is when they start accepting eggs, and that will get them to 5, which is the master. And that's when they will sell either golden carrots or the suspicious stew, I think. These are all of the emeralds. These are the traded emeralds that I collected over the entire course of this achievement process. It's 15 stacks, 15 and some odd stacks. It's what it should come out to if you divide 1,000 by 64. Apparently this guy just has no bed that he resides in, so he stands in the middle of the field, something I have done on multiple occasions. In here I have the pumpkins, and I have the melon farm. This is where I grow these. I grow these in rows of 4 as well, just like the wheat, but on the inside I place the pumpkin stems or the melon stems, because they cannot grow on another stem, and because I have the slabs here, they are forced to grow onto these paths that I have created, and this allows me to, just whenever I want, run down these paths and collect a ton of pumpkins. Now I'm going to collect these pumpkins because I'm going to show you an example of leveling up my villagers, and I'm going to show you an example of me trading with them, getting them leveled up to the master level. I think I have a couple close to master level. How to identify, a big part of this is identification of who is close to the higher levels, because the higher levels, the easier the trading gets. With the wheat and with the beetroot and the carrots and the potatoes, you need like 20 of each to get 1 emerald from the villagers. But once you get to level 2, which is the ideal level to get to before you start mass trading, you're going to be working a lot for that level 1. But when level 2 rolls around, you'll have the pumpkins. It's going to be 7 or 8 pumpkins per emerald. And with a farm like this where you have these huge strips, you see I'm getting like stacks on stacks of these pumpkins. This is what you're going to be using for your level 2 trades. And when you get to the level 3 trades, you really don't. I have way too many melons for anything that you would need for the level 3 trades. It's only like 4 or 5 individual melons, and like you receive a ton of melons every time that you break a melon block. But yep, just gonna pick up the rest of these here, and then maybe it'll be daylight, maybe it won't be. It actually kind of would be a little preferable to go check out the villagers at night, because they're just standing around or they're sleeping with their badges on. But the badges are what we are going to use to identify the level that they are at. I think it is the novice is like the bronze, and then stone is like silver or something. I don't know. It's something like that. But we're gonna pick the rest of these up, and that's how long it takes to just kind of go down this farm. You see they're already regrowing. I didn't miss them. They're already regrowing. So very efficient. Let's go check out the villagers while they're sleeping so I can show you the badges on them. So this is a bronze badge right here. If we woke this guy up and then we trade with him, you can see at the top he's a level 2. I think that this is actually this is the second highest, or I guess not the second highest, second lowest. This is the lowest right here. This is like the stone badge. These guys are level 1, and you see they need 20 wheat or 20, or it would be 20 carrots or 26 potatoes or 15 beetroot, whatever is scaled for that. You need a lot of crops to consistently trade on the level 1 tier, and once you get down, once your villager levels up, you're not going to want to be trading there anyway. You're going to want a egg farm and a pumpkin farm and all that good stuff. Look at these guys dropping carrots on the ground over here for me to pick up. It's crazy. But I'll show you an example of a higher tier villager. This is an emerald tier villager. I think this is an expert, level 4. Yep, this is a level 4. This is the expert. These are the guys that trade for eggs. As you can see here, 22 carrots, so a big harvest for level 1. For level 2, around 6 to 8 pumpkins is usually what it's at. When you trade more of the same thing, they usually bump up the price. Like right here, I must have traded melons with this guy recently, and so he bumped up the price from 4 to 6 so that I can give him more melons when I want to purchase things from him. Right here, I'm going to show you an example of leveling them up. So remember, he had an emerald badge, so we're going to trade a couple times with him. Now he is a master level, and you can see his badge is now changed. If he lays back down, you can see his badge is now changed to a diamond badge, and he will now trade me the golden carrots all the way at the bottom. 3 emeralds for 3 golden carrots, an awesome trade. And we also got 5 emeralds that contribute towards the 1,000. So as you can see, I have a couple different tier. I have a couple emerald. I think I have 2 diamond. That's 1 diamond. 2 emerald over here. You're not going to get all of these guys leveled up super high before you get the achievement. It takes a while, but it's not the worst thing in history, you know. It is considered to be the hardest trophy in Minecraft by some. That is the name that it has been dubbed as of recently. I'm going to show you guys where I got these villagers from, because this was a village when it started out, but there were no villagers in it. So what I did was I went to a adjacent village, and I just kidnapped some villagers, and I brought them downstream so that they could form a new village here. I think the only conditions for a new village to spawn is that it needs to have just the beds, I think it's just the beds. But over here is the village, I think, that I got them from. Yep, right over here. So this would be the village that I got the villagers from. There are some still left. I'm sure that they are making up for the lost 2 that I took. Also, a good thing to do while you're going through here are to take all of the beds, because remember, the more beds that you have, the more villagers will be in your village, and the more potential trade options will be available for you. Pretty simple stuff. So we'll go and we'll do some trading and bump up some villagers to higher levels. Here's the wheat farm, their farm, the pumpkin and melon, and then the mass crops. So as you can see, everybody in the morning comes out to their workstations. Each of these stations belong to one of the villagers that are under the farmer profession. So let's see if we can get some guys leveled up. So you see, he's at a level 2. Once I trade him for these pumpkins a couple times, he's then going to go to level 3, and then after level 3 to 4, obviously. So this guy right here, level 2. Once you trade with him a couple times, just gonna show you an example of how many emeralds you can get using this strategy. It's pretty fast if you just kind of mass trade like this. So go to this guy. These aren't farmers because they're not wearing the hats. Like this guy, trade eggs with him. Now he's a master. He sells glistering melons. Another awesome trade. This guy, he's expert. Trade with him a couple more times, and we'll sell some pumpkins to him. As you can see, me selling these pumpkins, it doesn't level him up very much. The highest tier that levels him up the fastest is always the one at the closest to the bottom. So if I bought this cake from him, which I'll do just for the sake of... So I bought 2 cakes, and now he is at max level, so he has the diamond badge. Like this guy, he's level 2 still. I'm just selling. Remember, these are all the pumpkins that I got from just going through that farm one time, and then selling them to the villagers that are at level 2. So I had to go through the whole process of leveling them up to this level before I could. This guy actually wants eggs. Oh, I'm out of eggs. Yeah. So you get the point. And just from that right there, we got 39 emeralds, which is really, really good. If eventually I want to switch all of these guys over to a different profession, like the blacksmith, then these guys will have awesome like diamond gear trades, and then I'll have a ton of emeralds to work with them with, you know? I just wanted to show off this world and the strat that I used. Hopefully it can help somebody in the future when it comes to getting the hardest achievement in Minecraft, as it is dubbed. Yeah, I think that might be it. All right. Yeah, that might be it. This world only took me a couple of days. I think it took me like 3 days, probably 3 days tops. I mean, I haven't beat the Wither or anything. I haven't, you know, made a beacon. I haven't gone to any water temples. I've only done some off and on achievements that I need to get. I've gotten all of the Bedrock achievements as of today. A couple of them were like the ones with the mule and the horse they had to get, or the whatever it's called with the hoppers, where you have to connect 3 chests to 1 furnace. I didn't get plethora of cats. This is just how many cats I have. Yeah. And another one with the suspicious stew. That's an achievement, time for stew. You get the suspicious stew from trading with the master level villager. So it's kind of like 2 interwoven achievements. So yeah, I've just sat here with my girlfriend on the phone, and we've been just slowly but surely building up this farming civilization. So that's how it's been. But yeah, easy stuff. Not really the hardest achievement in Minecraft. I don't know why people keep saying that, but this is how I did it. And I hope you guys have a good night. It's pretty late, so I'm gonna go to bed. Alright. Bye.